welcome back. Today I am going to show you this kind of pumpkin-y, gingery, spicy colored fall look. This look in general is actually kind of like one of my go-to easy glam looks when I need to look real put together, but I don't have a ton of time. And the beauty of this look is that it takes almost no work on the lid, but it still has like kind of like an impactful smoky effect at the lash line. And you can switch it out to be whatever colors you want it to be, and it'll most likely still work. The key to making this look work is actually something that is really difficult for me to do because I am obsessed with defining my crease line. Like, I cannot stand putting makeup on and not putting it in the crease because it's such a habit, and I want to define the crease out of habit so badly. However, for this look, if you do that, it will take away from the actual overall effect of the look, so try to refrain if you can. I refrained as much as possible, and the first time I did it and I actually refrained from it, I was like, ooh, damn, I really like the way this looks. So carry through even though you feel like it's not right, and by the end of it, you will be happy with the result. I promise. All right, enough blabbing about why you should do this makeup, and I'm going to show you how to do this makeup. Okay, to start off today, I already applied my foundation, I applied my brows, and I prepped my lips with a little bit of Lucas Paw ointment as well as a little bit of the Dior Lip Maximizer just to make them a little more plump because, I don't know, sometimes you want to be juicy. For this eye look, I want to keep the focus on the smokiness of the lash line instead of in the crease and on the lid. I am going to put a transition color in the crease, but that's where it ends. I will stop there and I will forge forth. To lay down just the softest transition color in the crease, I'm going to grab Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie on my Sigma E40 blending brush. Because I don't want a defined crease, I'm going with this very, very light shade as well as a very diffused blending brush, so I'm just putting a color there so it's not flat and blank. I'm not actually creating any depth. Just gonna pop that in the crease and lay down the tiniest bit of transition color. I'm also going to put that color across most of the lid. I'm going to bring that in about 2/3 of the way into the inner corner and bring it out all the way out to the outer corner as well. So I'm picking up my Morphe M433 brush. Next, I am going to add another brown color to the lid without bringing it into the crease. So I'm going to pick up that same Morphe M433 brush again, but this time I'm going to mix a little bit of Makeup Geek Sidekick and a little bit of Makeup Geek Morocco. The reason I'm going to mix those two colors together rather than just going for one of them is that one is a little bit more brown than I want and one is a little bit more orange than I want, so together they are perfect. Now I'm going to place that color that I mixed together on the outer 1/3 of the eye. Now I'm going to grab the brush that I initially started with and I'm going to just diffuse the edges of that. For the top lash line, I want it to be defined, but I want the focus to be on the immediate eye area rather than the lid. So I'm going to put the thinnest possible line of liquid black eyeliner right through the upper lashes just to define the lash line and differentiate it from these creamy orangey colors that we have on the lid, and also give a place for our lash band to sit when we apply lashes in a minute. Since that is pretty much all we're doing for the top lid, except for, you know, obviously the finishing touches like lashes and all that shit, I just hopped off camera and finished up concealing under my eyes and my blush and my cheek highlight so that we can get a clean blend on the bottom lash line. For the bottom lash line, I'm going to use the same colors again, except I'm going to add a little bit to it. So I'm going to start again with Peach Smoothie, but this time I'm going to be using a Real Technique shader brush just to get a closer application. I'm going to drag that across the entire bottom lash line and then just softly connect it into the color that we put on the top lid. Okay, the emphasis of this look is really based off of the rich dark lash line, so I am going to grab my favorite black liner pencil. I'm going to be using Dark Side from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm just going to run that through my waterline on the top and bottom. And for the bottom, I am going to run it into the lashes a little bit so that I can blend it out and use it to create a little bit more impact and a little bit more smoke. I'm going to grab a little bit of the same mixture we used in the top lid, which was Morocco and Sidekick, but this time I'm going to use a little bit more of the darker color Sidekick than Morocco to be a little bit more of a rich brown rather than an orange brown. And I'm using that on the same Real Technique shader brush that we used to put down Peach Smoothie. I'm going to keep that fairly close to the lower lash line and bring it about 2/3 of the way in. And again, to make sure there's a soft blend, I am going to run over that with the same fluffy blending brush. To get that smoky, intense look that's concentrated only on the lash line, I'm going to place a deep black shadow into the lower lash line and the outer portion of the upper lash line, but I'm going to do it on a very, very small, precise brush. The brush I'm going to be using today is the Sigma E06 winged liner brush, and I am dipping that into the color Noir from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I prefer this color. I think it's the blackest black that I have, and I own a lot of black shadows, but just use whatever black shadow you prefer. I like it to be really deep and dark like my soul. I'm going to place that brush with the black packed onto it right on the outer portion of the lower lash line first. I should actually, before we start, oh no, I'm making a mess. Before I start though, I am going to pack a bunch of powder underneath my eyes because every time I use a dark black color in such a precise way, it tends to fall out a lot. So I'm going to dab a large amount of setting translucent powder underneath my eyes, on top of my cheekbones where it tends to fall the most. I just got it all in my hair. This might like dampen the shine of my highlight a little bit, and I probably should have anticipated that, but I didn't and I forgot. So it's a lot easier to go in and like re-zhuzh up your highlight though than it is to try to get black fallout off of your skin. So now that we have the powder in place to catch the fallout, I am going to take that brush and I am going to start placing that black shadow, concentrating it on the outer portion of the lower lash line and then dragging it toward the center, kind of tapering how much I'm putting down as I go in and stopping a little more than halfway across the lower lash line. And without packing any more color onto the brush, I am actually going to do something very similar to the top lash line, except I am going to just only do it on the very outer portion because I want that to be super thin. And this doesn't have to be super precise because most of it's going to be covered with your lashes anyway. I just kind of find that it gives you a little bit more of like a sultry, smoky effect. Now that that color is down, I am going to grab the same Real Technique shading brush as before and a little bit more of the color Sidekick, and I'm going to just continue smoking that out on the outer half. Okay, now for that bright inner corner highlight, I am going to go in with one of my favorite highlight shades of all time. This is the Kat Von D Metal Crush Shadow in the color Thunderstruck. And I'm going to grab that on my favorite pencil brush for the inner corner. This is the Sigma E30 pencil brush. And for the top, I'm actually bringing it a little bit onto the lid because I didn't bring much color into there, and it just blends it nice. All right, at this point, it looks a little bit like a mixture of nothing and a hot ass mess, but I'm going to sweep away this powder from under my eyes and I'm going to put lashes and mascara on, and that will make all the difference. And then we are going to add the lip. Okay, lashes are on. I feel like the lashes make this look, like without them, it looks like nothing. And then with them, it's like, ooh, baby, you guys look pretty. So since we went with like a soft, warm, pumpkin-y color on the lids, I kind of want to do a monochromatic thing and have a warm, soft, pumpkin-y color on the lip as well. But I just so happen to also be currently obsessed with this color. This is the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the color Cork. It is kind of like an orangey brown color and I am obsessed with it. So I am going to pop that on the lips and then we done. And this is the finished look. So that is all for this spicy, monochromatic, warm, gingery sort of fall look. I have no idea what the fuck I'm gonna call this yet. You'll have read the description by now, but yeah, it's all of those things. It is warm, it is ginger colored, it is pumpkin colored. I cannot bring myself to call this a pumpkin spice tutorial though, because I just can't. More people would probably click on it if I did, but I just can't do it. I think this is a really useful technique in general, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like these colors because I am loving this kind of lip color right now, this like orangey brown. I love it. I love it for fall. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I put a new video out at least once a week. Check out my blog. I will be linking it down below. I do different beauty tips and stuff on there all the time. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I post new makeup pictures every day. Follow me on Twitter if you want to chat, and follow me on Snapchat if you feel like you need to know more about the ridiculous shit that I do behind the scenes. All of that will be linked below, but it's all at Ms. QuinnFace to make your life super easy. And with that being said, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week.